So students, the topic for today's class is rational numbers. Before starting with rational numbers, I'll start from the basic, that is numbers. Now, numbers are of four types, broadly into four categories we can divide them. The first is natural numbers, whole numbers, integers and rational numbers. Now, what are natural numbers? Natural numbers start from 1, 2, 3 and goes on up to infinity. Like we know that there is no limitation to the number of numbers, right? It can go on to infinity. So natural numbers start from 1 up to infinity. Next is the whole numbers. Whole numbers start from 0 and go up to infinity. Similarly, we have integers. Now, integers can be categorized into two, that is positive integers and negative integers. Now, what will be my positive integers? The numbers that have plus sign with them, or we can say the positive sign. For example, plus 2, plus 100, plus 15. These are my positive integers. What will be my negative integers? They will be the numbers with negative signs in them. For example, minus 2, minus 8, minus 27, minus 100. All these are negative integers. So the numbers with positive sign are positive integers. The numbers with negative sign are negative integers. Also, we would make a note that 0 is also an integer, but it is neither positive nor negative, because you would see that 0 has no sign with it. So we call 0 neither negative nor positive, but still it is an integer, right? Now I am moving on to my topic, that is the rational numbers. Now rational number is any number that can be represented in P by Q form, where Q should not be equal to 0. What do I mean by this? Any number, say let's take 3. Now can you tell me 3 is a rational number or not? Let us check. 3 can be represented as P by Q form or not. What do you mean by P by Q form? This means it should have a numerator and a denominator. Now we know that 3 can be written as 3 upon 1, right? That means 3 can be represented in numerator upon denominator form. So 3 is a rational number. Let us try writing 15. Can we write 15 in P by Q form? Yes, we can write. That is 15 over 1. What about 2 by 10? 2 by 10 can be written as 2 by 10 also, and we can simplify it further and write 1 upon 5. So both the forms are showing us that it is the P by Q form only. So we can say that 2 by 10 is also a rational number, right? Now I am going to start with some of the properties of rational numbers. So the first property would come out to be my closure property. I hope that the concept of numbers and rational numbers is clear to you people, because the properties will be requiring your knowledge of rational numbers. So my first property would be the closure property. I am assuming that you are not aware of the closure property, so I'll be starting from the very basic. What do you mean by the closure property? Now before explaining what is the closure property, I will take up these small examples side by side and explain it with them. Like for the closure property, we'll start taking addition. Now in addition, we will be dealing with different numbers. That is, first we'll take the whole numbers. Can you tell me what are whole numbers? As I spoke to you a little time back, whole numbers are the numbers that start from 0 and go on to infinity. So what will be my closure property in addition for whole numbers? Let us check. For whole numbers, let's take any example, any two whole numbers. Let us try add them. Okay, I am taking 2 and 6. Both are my whole numbers. What would they add up to? They are adding up to 8. This means I have added two numbers, they are whole numbers, and what have I got as the result? 8, which is again a whole number. So now we can say that whole numbers have additive property, right? That means the whole numbers are satisfying my closure property. If you add two whole numbers, you get a whole number only. Alright, now I am taking another example for the next type. The next type would be natural numbers. For natural numbers, can you tell me what are natural numbers? Again, as we did previously, natural numbers are those numbers that start from 1 and go on to infinity. So, any two natural numbers, say whatever comes to our mind, let us take 15 and let us take 1. Now, I have taken two natural numbers and I am adding them. So, what am I going to get here? 16, which is again a natural number. That again says that two natural numbers, when added together, they give again a natural number only. That means the natural numbers also satisfy the closure property. Next type of numbers would be integers. As we have already done, integers are of two types, right? Positive and negative. Now we can take any two type of integers. You can take any two positive integers, two negative integers, one positive, one negative, as up to you. Like I will be dealing with all the three examples so that it makes clear to you, right? So let us take any example. I am taking 2 and 4. Both are positive integers because they have positive signs with them. So what are they adding up to? 6. This means when two integers are added, they give us another integer only. Let us try another one. Now we have already taken two positive integers. I am trying to take two negative integers now. Let's check minus 10 and minus 2. Now I have again taken two integers, but in this case both my integers are negative. So these negative integers would add up to what? First of all, you need to multiply the signs. That would give you minus 2. So minus 10 minus 2 would give you minus 12. Understood? Now next example what I am going to take is one positive integer, let's say 12, and one negative integer, let's say minus 4. Now we have already checked what is the result of addition of two positive integers, what was the result of addition of two negative integers, what will be the result of one positive and one negative integer. Let us try. This will make 12 plus minus minus 4. So this will give me 8. Now in all the three examples you would notice that the result is coming out to be integer only. That means integers also fulfill the property of closure property, right? Now I am going to take the next term, next type of numbers, that is my rational numbers. For rational numbers, think of any two examples. Let us take any two examples. It could be positive, it could be negative, because rational numbers have no foundation of being positive or negative. So we can take any rational numbers having negative sign or positive sign, right? I am taking say 2 upon 3 and 1 upon 3. Now you would notice here both the rational numbers are positive. So if we add them up, how do we add them? We take the LCM 3. Here we get 2 plus 1. That makes 3 upon 3 and that makes up again 1. So is 1 a rational number or not? As I explained to you, any whole number can be represented in P by Q form, so that whole number can be known as my rational number. Similarly, here we get 1. 1 can be represented as 1 over 1. That means any two rational numbers added together will give me a rational number again. Let us try this for any negative integers also. I am changing this to this. Now we have to add a negative integer and a negative rational number and a positive rational number. So here again we'll take the LCM, we'll get minus 4 plus 15, that would give me 11 over 6. Again you can notice here that we have taken a negative rational number and a positive rational number, added them, we get the result as a positive rational number again. That means the closure property is getting satisfied over here also. Right. My next property would be commutative property. Now what do you mean by commutative property? एक मिनट भैया कट कर दो यहाँ से.